There are machines that seem to arrive from the edges of intention. Designs that step outside familiar lanes and invite you to reconsider what a lightweight sports car can feel like when purpose outweighs convention. Imagine a compact shape born from engineering logic rather than market inertia. A vehicle crafted during an era when regulations tightened, tastes shifted, and drivers searched for something that felt personal rather than mass-produced. Picture a cockpit that prioritizes clarity over spectacle, a chassis that leans into efficiency, and a spirit shaped by a nation better known for pragmatism than showmanship. This is the story of one such creation, a small but determined sports car that approached performance through restraint, precision, and eccentric charm. Its unusual proportions, clever packaging, and distinct driving feel turned it into a magnet for enthusiasts who preferred ingenuity over excess. Today we dig into the full arc behind its conception, evolution, and enduring relevance. If you enjoy deep dives into machines that defy expectations, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment the next topic you want covered. The 1974 Saab Sonett 3 arrived at the intersection of engineering conviction and cultural contradiction. Designed in a country known for measured logic, it entered a market hungry for bold statements. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 did not chase status. It pursued coherence inside a compact fiberglass shell that treated airflow, visibility, and ergonomics as the foundation of a small sports car rather than decorative accents. This machine anchored itself in a Scandinavian approach to performance that favored balance and efficiency over noise. It signaled that a sports car could find excitement through precision rather than dramatic output. To understand this approach, you have to start with the forces that shaped the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974. The company had already formed a reputation for aircraft-inspired thinking, and that mindset shaped every angle of its low roofline, its crisp edges, and the narrow stance that cut cleanly through the air at modest speeds. Engineers focused on how to reduce mass, refine structure, and deliver confident handling on imperfect roads. The fiberglass body kept weight low and resisted corrosion, while the front-wheel drive layout offered stability in unpredictable conditions. At a time when many sports cars relied on displacement to define their identity, the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 leaned into a compact V4 sourced for reliability and tuned for pleasing torque delivery at manageable revs. It gave the driver usable response rather than headline numbers. Competing machines from another manufacturer often delivered more straight-line acceleration, yet the Sonett offered a different type of experience. Its charm grew from the way the chassis communicated surface texture, how the steering transmitted weight transitions, and how the low dash and upright windshield gave the driver a clear measure of the road ahead. Inside, the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 continued its focused mission. The seats held the driver in place without theatrical bolsters, the gauges sat cleanly in view, and the cabin fit tightly around its occupants to reinforce the impression of operating a compact instrument. These decisions reflected the brand philosophy. Saab prized logical control over flamboyant display. When you look at period photographs and technical literature, you see a pattern. The company integrated lessons learned from cold weather testing, aircraft manufacturing, and energy-conscious design. Every curve of the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 had a story. The long hood, the tidy rear, and the gently tapering roof worked together to manage airflow at practical speeds. Saab offered the car to drivers who valued individuality. The Sonett 3 was never intended to blanket high-volume markets. In the American landscape of the early 70s, the car had to contend with shifting emissions requirements and changing expectations around safety. Still, the team believed a fiberglass-bodied front-wheel drive sports car could offer its own appeal. That confidence produced a car with an honest driving character. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 felt lively, responsive, and purposeful. While the market gave mixed reactions, the people who connected with it formed a loyal community. They appreciated the clear sense of identity carried in the car's proportions and mechanical layout. By the time the company finalized the 1974 version, the Sonett 3 platform had matured into its most refined form. Subtle exterior adjustments gave the car a sleeker presence, and the mechanical components received incremental improvements for drivability. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 represented the final step in the series, combining everything engineers had learned since the model's inception. This is where the story begins to reveal deeper significance. By examining how the car was shaped, positioned, and perceived, you understand how a brand rooted in rational design created a sports car that appealed to people who felt disconnected from mainstream automotive trends. The Sonett 3 stood as a compact expression of individuality. Its proportions, materials, and driving dynamics highlighted the possibilities of unconventional thinking. Owners valued its clear sense of purpose. They admired how it prioritized stability, efficiency, and harmony. The automotive community often categorizes vehicles like the 1974 Saab Sonett 3 as curiosities. Yet when you examine its technical decisions, you find deliberate choices. Fiberglass reduced weight and allowed distinct forms that metal stamping would not easily permit. Front-wheel drive offered all-weather competence. The compact V4 delivered reliable performance under day-to-day use. This engineering set the stage for more complex influences. The car's design also reflected cultural shifts. Environmental awareness was rising and regulations were reshaping the market. Car makers had to adapt quickly. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 was not created to chase shrinking margins of peak power. It was created to illustrate an alternative path. For drivers facing fuel concerns, insurance pressure, and changing social perceptions around sporty models, the Sonett 3 made a compelling statement. Its small scale invited a more deliberate style of enjoyment. The car thrived on technical roads where precision mattered more than outright speed. The Sonett 3 offered a genuine connection to mechanical simplicity. Its components were accessible, understandable, and forgiving. When you sit inside a surviving 1974 Saab Sonett 3, you notice how the view forward suggests movement even at a standstill. The low hood line and clear sight lines give a sense of preparation. This car rewards anticipation and measured steering input. It is a sports car designed around human scale. While rivals emphasized spectacle, the Sonett 3 emphasized focus. To explore this machine fully, you must look beyond numbers. You must examine how it feels to guide it through a curve, how the chassis behaves under moderate load, and how the engine's rhythm complements the compact footprint. That experience begins with the decisions made during the final model year. Engineers worked with constraints and found opportunities. Those choices gave the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 a signature presence that resonates with enthusiasts who admire clarity of purpose. This foundation sets the tone for everything that followed. The Sonett 3 was not only a product but also a statement of values. It remains a meaningful example of how a small sports car can be crafted around thoughtful intention. This context brings the story of the model into sharper focus. Understanding its origins and design philosophy reveals how it carved a place in automotive history. The Sonett 3 moved through the market with quiet determination. It anchored itself in authenticity rather than trend chasing. In every panel, every control surface, and every mechanical choice, the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 demonstrates the power of designing with conviction. This segment forms the groundwork for exploring how the machine performed, how owners interacted with it, and how its reputation evolved. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 moved through its era with a profile that reflected both constraints and creativity. The platform demanded careful tuning, and the market demanded clarity of purpose. To appreciate how this car earned its following, you have to study the mechanics behind its personality. Every component, from the compact V4 to the front-wheel drive arrangement, shaped how the Sonett behaved on real pavement. Drivers discovered that the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 responded best to smooth inputs. The steering provided firm communication, and the chassis settled confidently when guided through winding roads. This dynamic quality came from thoughtful integration rather than brute output. Suspension geometry, weight distribution, and the tight packaging of the cabin encouraged measured precision. Saab engineered the car to be stable under daily conditions. Uneven surfaces, abrupt temperature changes, and modest traction scenarios were all part of the design brief. The fiberglass body offered structural benefits at low mass. When combined with the firm chassis, it allowed the driver to sense subtle transitions in grip. This made the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 feel alert without being harsh. It delivered feedback that invited involvement. Enthusiasts who drove the car found a rhythm between engine pulse and cornering balance. The modest displacement encouraged the driver to maintain momentum instead of relying on power bursts. This approach rewarded skill development. The car communicated clearly when pushed near its comfort zone. Saab understood that some drivers valued mechanical straightforwardness. The Sonett 3 catered to them with components placed for accessibility. Owners could maintain their cars with confidence. The V4 layout allowed easy servicing, and the straightforward interior avoided unnecessary complexity. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 fostered an environment where drivers engaged directly with fundamental automotive behavior. This emphasis on honesty extended to its aerodynamic profile. The long nose and crisp edges helped reduce lift, improving stability at moderate highway speeds. While some sports cars of the period prioritized flamboyant shapes, the Sonett 3 aimed for clean airflow and visual simplicity. Its cabin delivered a sense of closeness without discomfort. The low seating position and upright windshield created a pilot-like vantage point that echoed Saab's aircraft background. Drivers who appreciated this clarity often kept their cars for many years. The mechanical character remained consistent, and the unusual styling resisted trends. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 also served as a reflection of changing automotive realities. Fuel efficiency became more important and insurance costs tightened budgets. The Sonnett's compact size and efficient drivetrain offered a sensible alternative for enthusiasts who wanted engagement without excess. While some viewed the car as unconventional, that trait became its strength. The vehicle appealed to those who felt that a sports car should be lightweight, responsive, and approachable. Saab did not attempt to mask the car's quirks. Instead, it allowed the Sonett 3 to lean into its distinctive attributes. That approach created a niche yet loyal community. They valued how the car performed during long drives, how it responded on tight roads, and how the mechanics remained reliable with regular care. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 encouraged a driving style defined by observation and anticipation. It thrived in environments where the driver flowed with the terrain. When tested under high-load situations, the car maintained composure. The front-wheel drive layout ensured stability during quick directional changes. This competence built trust. Drivers found the experience refreshing compared to vehicles that relied on aggressive setup rather than balanced engineering. The interior also reinforced purpose. Every control existed for clear function and nothing felt excessive. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 became a representation of the brand's confidence in thoughtful design. The car's personality grew from cohesive mechanical decisions. Owners who restored or preserved these cars discovered how well the structure aged. Fiberglass resisted corrosion, and the mechanical parts often required only routine care. The community supporting the model contributed to a renewed appreciation. Gatherings, notes, and shared experiences helped maintain interest in the car's unique identity. People who encountered the Sonett 3 often remembered their first impressions of its shape. The crisp lines and low roof made the car stand out even in modern traffic. That visual signature added to the emotional connection. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 communicated individuality before the engine even turned. The aerodynamic efficiency that guided its form also supported stability. The car felt predictable at speed, a trait valued by drivers who preferred composed behavior. Saab did not chase extremes. Instead, it balanced agility and usability. Because of this approach, the Sonett 3 developed a reputation for being approachable to new enthusiasts. It offered engaging dynamics without overwhelming demands. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 remains an illustration of how engineering clarity can shape a sports car's legacy. Each decision reinforced a unified message. The car's purpose was not to challenge dominant rivals. Its goal was to present a different interpretation of enjoyment. Through its compact footprint, modest output, and aerodynamic poise, it created an environment where the driver could focus on technique. This connection between person and machine defined the Sonett 3's allure. Its owners valued the sense of partnership. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 continues to represent a milestone in the brand's exploration of practical performance. Its longevity in enthusiast circles confirms the strength of its design philosophy. The model's technical execution, cultural positioning, and maintained heritage provide all the elements needed to understand why it commands admiration today. The essence of this car lives in its lightness, its honesty, and its composure. These traits maintain their relevance. Enthusiasts still describe the driving experience with appreciation. They highlight the harmony between steering, suspension, and engine response. At its core, the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 embodies the idea that a sports car can be personal, measured, and inventive without relying on extremes. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 reached its final production year carrying the weight of expectations, the momentum of a unique design lineage, and the reality of a shifting automotive world. This combination produced a lasting story that continues to shape how enthusiasts view specialized sports cars. When you evaluate how this model finished its run, you uncover the broader narrative of a car that refused to blend into the background. The distinctive proportions, the fiberglass construction, and the front-wheel drive layout all contributed to a presence unlike anything else on the road. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 symbolized the culmination of a philosophy that valued clarity over spectacle. It stood as an artifact of engineering confidence during a period when many manufacturers scrambled to adapt to new rules and evolving tastes. While some cars of the era attempted to mask constraints with dramatic styling or inflated performance claims, the Sonett 3 embraced a straightforward identity. It delivered exactly what it promised. That sense of honesty became one of the reasons it found new appreciation years after its production ended. Drivers searching for authentic engagement rediscovered what the car offered. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 occupied a narrow yet meaningful niche at the time. It appealed to people who wanted to experience agility without committing to the financial or maintenance burden often associated with larger, more demanding sports cars. This perspective helps explain how the Sonett 3 transitioned from a modest seller to a respected collectible. Its rarity combined with its character turned it into a talking point among enthusiasts. As fuel concerns grew and automotive design entered a period of cautious evolution, the Sonett 3 felt refreshingly decisive. It presented a complete and confident perspective on what a compact sports car could be. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 became a vessel for the brand's focus on aerodynamic efficiency, safety-influenced structure, and disciplined engineering. These traits remain central to its legacy. Owners who preserve these cars today often emphasize how surprising it is that a small, lightly powered vehicle can deliver such a rewarding experience. It encourages smooth driving inputs, measured corner entries, and an appreciation for the nuance of weight transfer. The long-term significance of the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 also lies in how it challenged expectations. When people first encountered it, they frequently underestimated what it could offer. The front-wheel drive layout seemed unconventional for a sports car, yet it delivered stability and predictability that many drivers found reassuring. The compact V4 lacked headline power figures, yet it provided reliable torque and a distinct mechanical feel that aged well. The fiberglass body kept mass low and avoided the corrosion issues that troubled many steel-bodied cars of its era. This allowed surviving examples to remain structurally sound decades later. These advantages helped the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 build its reputation as a car that stayed true to its mission. It resisted the pressures that often push cars toward excessive complexity. Instead, its value grew from functional integrity. Every part supported a unified purpose. Restorers and longtime owners often note that the car's simplicity is one of its greatest strengths. It invites hands-on involvement and rewards thoughtful maintenance. Collectors also gravitated toward the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 because it represented a transitional moment. The automotive world was undergoing regulatory adjustments, and many performance-oriented models struggled to maintain identity. The Sonett 3 managed to present a cohesive personality despite these pressures. Its emphasis on efficiency aligned with emerging expectations, while its lightweight spirit echoed classic sports car traditions. Over time, this combination helped it gain recognition as a singular interpretation of what a small performance car could be during a challenging period. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 achieved what few niche models manage. It remained relevant. Its styling aged into retro charm rather than fading into obscurity. Its mechanical design remained approachable for enthusiasts who value vehicles that reward driver input. Its rarity elevated its desirability without turning it into an inaccessible artifact. These qualities shaped its legacy. It became a practical classic rather than a fragile showpiece. The way people talk about the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 today reflects a shift in how enthusiasts evaluate performance. Once dominated by power statistics, the conversation now often includes driving feel, balance, and efficiency. The Sonett 3 embodies these traits. It encourages a style of engagement focused on rhythm rather than raw force. Enthusiasts who introduce newcomers to the car often emphasize its communication. The steering, suspension, and compact engine work together to create an experience that feels coherent and responsive. The car has become a teaching tool for understanding momentum driving. It rewards precision and smoothness. In an era of increasingly complex technology, the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 offers a refreshing contrast. It demonstrates how simplicity can create depth. That characteristic has helped it maintain a dedicated following. Owners value how the car reminds them of the fundamentals of driving. The Saab community also strengthened the model's long-term significance. Gatherings, clubs, and online groups formed around a shared appreciation for the car. These communities helped preserve technical knowledge and parts availability. They ensured that restoration efforts remained viable. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 benefited greatly from this collective enthusiasm. It transformed from a near-forgotten footnote into a beloved icon. The car's rarity, combined with its mechanical accessibility, encouraged restoration projects that revived many examples. The result is a vibrant presence at enthusiast events. The Sonett 3's silhouette remains instantly recognizable. Its low stance, crisp front end, and tapered roofline present a visual identity that stands apart from more common classic sports cars. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 drew attention not through volume or fame but through authenticity. That authenticity continues to define how people perceive it. The car represents a time when creative engineering could flourish without being smothered by conformity. As the collector market evolved, the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 found a comfortable place within it. Values rose steadily, but not to the point of making the car inaccessible. This balance preserved its appeal. It attracted enthusiasts who valued driving over speculation. The car's durability also contributed. The fiberglass body and straightforward mechanics allowed well-maintained examples to remain roadworthy. Restorers often express appreciation for the car's fundamental honesty. It demands attention but not extravagance. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 achieved longevity because it offered something distinct and meaningful. Its legacy rests on the idea that a sports car can be engaging without relying on extremes. It can be lightweight, efficient, and approachable while still providing genuine enjoyment. The Sonett 3 proved that performance could be interpreted through balance and finesse rather than outright power. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 represents the final expression of a sports car shaped by clarity rather than extravagance. Its lightweight structure, compact V4, and aerodynamic profile formed a cohesive identity that continues to influence how enthusiasts judge meaningful performance. This machine demonstrated that joy behind the wheel does not require excess. Instead, it proved that balance, feedback, and efficiency can deliver a deeper connection for drivers who appreciate precision. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 stood apart from the dominant trends of its era. While other manufacturers leaned into aggressive styling and growing displacement, this compact fiberglass coupe delivered satisfaction through momentum driving, tidy proportions, and a cabin shaped around visibility and control. Its owners quickly learned that its appeal grew from involvement. The steering communicated texture in the pavement, the chassis encouraged smooth lines through corners, and the modest engine rewarded thoughtful gear changes. These qualities helped the Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 mature from an underappreciated niche offering into a respected classic. Its rarity, mechanical honesty, and approachable maintenance created a durable legacy supported by dedicated communities. As decades passed, the car avoided the pitfalls that often limit collectability. Its construction resisted corrosion, its parts remained serviceable, and its distinct silhouette aged into recognizable character rather than fading into anonymity. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 continues to inspire admiration because it represents an era when creative engineering could flourish without being overshadowed by excess. It invites drivers to engage with fundamentals that modern vehicles often obscure beneath layers of technology. In a world where performance is frequently measured in dramatic statistics, this car reminds enthusiasts that true enjoyment can come from harmony between driver and machine. The Saab Sonett 3 in 1974 endures as a symbol of individuality, purpose, and measured design. Its influence persists through the memories of those who have driven it and the growing appreciation among collectors who value authenticity over spectacle. As long as people continue to celebrate vehicles that highlight intention and clarity, the story of this final year Sonett will remain relevant. It stands as proof that a thoughtfully engineered sports car can earn lasting respect through balance, precision, and unmistakable personality.